Did you know that from 2017 to 2020, WagerTalk charged $795 for a season of either college football or NFL? Well, we know how important our season-long customers are, and we want to increase the amount of money you save by committing a season-long package. While most of our competitors continue to raise their prices, we are doing the exact opposite. We've lowered our price for both the NFL season and the college football season to only $5.99 each. But through Sunday, August 14th, we are offering an early bird special, saving you an additional $100, making your NFL or college football season only $4.99. That's under $23 per week. Make sure to take advantage of the early bird prices before midnight, Sunday, August 14th, as they will return to the still low price of $5.99 per sport per season. You know the NFL preseason is already underway, and the college football season kicks off Saturday, August 27th. There is no coupon needed and no limit to the number of packages you can buy. Just head to your favorite handicappers page and take advantage today.
All right, welcome everybody to WagerTalk Today, the world's best daily sports betting show. I'm Lawrence Presman. I'm wearing a hat today, Teddy. What does that mean?
That means that there was a green screen issue before we went on air.
Well, I was wearing a hat then too, genius. It means golfing, baby. I'm Lawrence Presman. He's Teddy Covers. You're in for a great show, everybody. A lot of actionable info coming your way. Rob Veno's going to drone on for about 48 minutes, but don't worry. We're going to cut him off after about 12, and he'll just drone on by himself later. He's going to talk Chicago White Sox, Texas, Toronto, Minnesota. Toronto won last night. Outstanding performance by Alek Manoah. We got Hakeem Profits coming on. He's going to look at the Mets game, and we're going to take a perusal at some bets he might make on the Bengals this coming NFL season. What's your big game breakdown, brother?
The Dodgers and the Padres, the one MLB series everyone's paying attention to this weekend.
Okay, there you go. And you're right about that. And of course, Andy Lang's coming on. He's got a bunch of prop bets, including a NASCAR, UFC, and an NFL one. Teddy, my friend, my brother, my dude. I lean up and look at what happens.
Yeah, your head disappears. Well done.
Hey, that should make you happy. What did you learn in the wonderful world of sports betting?
Nothing good last night. 25 football season in Las Vegas. I arrived for the start of the preseason in 1998. So last night, the beginning of my 25th year. I take preseason football very seriously. And boy, I got one wrong last night. Side, total, everything. Win or lose, you want to do a post-mortem after every bet that you make. What'd you do wrong? What'd you do right? What can emphasize in the future? What to downplay in the future? So let's do a little preseason post-mortem for the Hall of Fame game last night. Preseason NFL is all about information. And my info was that the Raiders were thin on the offensive line. They were thin on the defensive line. They had cluster injury problems in both places, and they weren't going to risk anyone. My thought process is this is a team that's laying points. They're going to get beat at the line of scrimmage. It was a pick-em game. And then all of a sudden, Trevor Lawrence is going to sit. And, markets are noticing the game's being played in Canton. And I thought the markets are overreacting to Lawrence sitting. They're overreacting to the game being played in Canton. This is a pick 'em game, and I'm getting 2.5. And those are the key numbers in the preseason, 1.5, 2.5. So what happened? Well, the Jags kind of stunk. Missing field goals, fumbling. The offense didn't work at all. They did not control the line of scrimmage like I expected them to do. Meanwhile, the bigger surprise wasn't the Jags looking crappy. The biggest surprise was the Raiders looking good. They marched up and down the field. The red zone offense was clicking. They were making fourth downs. They were winning challenges. If you watch the first sideline interview, the very first sideline interview with Josh McDaniels, he was as surprised as anyone else. He's like, yeah, we're really good right now. Wrong side loser. Side was no good. Total was no good. And you're almost glad to get that out of the way, Prez. Let's get down to business. I'll do a better job of analyzing my coach's quotes next time around, because this is just the beginning. And you're gonna have a wrong side loser. Okay, done. Don't let it hover over you and linger. We're gonna win this preseason, and we're gonna win next week. And last night's wrong side loser, not a harbinger of things to come in that regard. Prez, what'd you learn?
Yeah, so Teddy, I want to talk about something real quick. I just got to pull it up. You were quite hilarious yesterday. I got to be honest with you. Let me just pull this up. So I should have been more prepared, but I'm not. But now I fixed that. So in the middle of the daily presidential address, I decided to dedicate a minute of my 2 minutes to talking about how incredible your calendar year has been. And look, you are up 87% ROI on the calendar season. I mean, if people, you got to comprehend how good that is. Find me a stock that's up 87%. Find me a mineral, a commodity that's up 87%. You're just not going to find them. And you're up 87. And I'm bragging about it. And I'm hyping you up. I'm giving you love. And then you text me in the middle of it saying, way to undersell me, Prez. I'm actually up 170% since February 1st. Really, Teddy? Okay, guys. Teddy is up 87 units this calendar year, but he's up 170 units since February 1st. Did I do that well? Or are you up 177 and I undersold you again?
No, you're fine. January stunk. So like the full year doesn't, is not so that's all I was saying. And of course, I don't think I updated my streaks last night after the loss. So I lost a couple units yesterday. So I'm not at 170% anymore. Nonetheless, it's been a good calendar year. It's been even better since the beginning of February. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate
Teddy,
you
my
looking
pleasure.
out for me.
And if you'd like to know, sir, dude, you are up. Let's see. Rob Veno. How are you, my brother? I'm awesome, dude. Teddy, I couldn't. I'll do it later. Rob, my kid went to see your son play drums. She said it was incredible. She loved it. The crowd was not. Teddy, the crowd was nuts. I have video. There was whatever, crowd surfing and people jumping up and down like lunatics. She did mention that the best musician in the band was the drummer.
God bless her. Gotta love your daughter for that. Yeah, Nicholas told me that he met her and I guess it's a boyfriend. I'm going to assume it's a boyfriend. And had a good time with both of them before and after. So thank both of them for coming out. And they just arrived back home last night. Bandwagon pulled up and everybody's home and safe now.
Sorry to do this during your segment. Teddy's up 143% ROI since February 1st. Rob, let's get into it, dude. Chicago White Sox playing Texas tonight. You like the run line in this game. Which way you going?
Yeah, we're going to use the White Sox here, Prez. Dylan Cease, and more Dylan Cease. He's been simply amazing for quite some time now. It's really hard to play against this guy. Just wake up. Go ahead and wager on him. I've been playing him run line. He's won 6 of his last 7. 5 of those have covered the run line. They've won by 2 or more in 5 of those, I think. But here's his numbers over his last 7 starts. Pretty incredible. Only 4 total runs, not earned runs, 4 total runs allowed. He is 6-1 with a 0.84 ERA and a 0.98 WHIP, 53 strikeouts in 42 and 2/3 innings pitched. The White Sox have supported him pretty well, which will help with the run line. The 6 wins that he's had in his last 7 starts combined 37-13 White Sox. So that's pretty good, over 6 runs per start. The only loss he had in there was a 2-1 loss to Detroit where he just got out pitched. The White Sox offense, let's speak on that for just a second here really quick. Luis Robert returned to the lineup last night. And when you go through the box score, and I know they lost last night 3-2, but that lineup is now what they envisioned in April and just what they haven't had all season long, with the exception of maybe, one handful of games. So with Luis Robert back in a 2-hole last night, he gets on base 3 out of 5 times. I think the White Sox, if they're ever going to turn it up a notch offensively, it would be now. Rangers left-handed starter tonight, Glenn Otto. Poor in his last 7. 7.11 ERA in his last 7 starts. He's 0-5. His WHIP is 1.58. His home numbers are terrible, guys. They're at Globe Life Park in Arlington. His home ERA is 7.39. with a home whip of 1.71. And the White Sox still remain a pretty good hitting team against left-handed pitching, number 6 in Major League Baseball in OPS versus lefties. Otto's only averaging about 4 2/3 per start. You're going to have to get into the Rangers' pen. This has been pretty much gold to back Dylan Cease in any way, shape, or form for the last month and a half. So I'm going to do it again. I'll lay 1.5 runs here. It was only, the price was so cheap, Prez, minus $1.03. So that's the way we went. White Sox minus 1.5 full game.
So first, Rob, it's important to note when we're going to talk about your son's band, we should mention the name of the band, Grayscale. Which multiple albums available for download right now.
There you go, Rob. Teddy found a way to point out how bad a host I am. It was beautifully done. Beautifully done.
I
Rob, how do you come on my show unshaved?
You talking to me?
I don't know, Prez. Is that a prerequisite? I apologize.
Yeah, I find I'm disrespected right now.
Well, let me take part of my segment. I want to congratulate Teddy on his 177% return on investments since February. Why don't we eat up a few seconds talking about that again?
Okay,
let's
Rob,
talk about the White Sox.
Well said. Yeah. Teddy?
Let's talk about the White Sox and the Rangers. Now, look, this is a White Sox team, Rob. You've said it. I've said it. Everyone I've talked to has said it. Oh, at some point, they're going to come together. At some point, Chicago's going to make a run. And here it is after the All-Star break. They lose again last night. They're 4-4 in their last 8 games. All 4 losses coming in the chalk roll. Can we trust the White Sox to actually do anything? Because this team continues to underachieve week after week, month after month. And, I mean, how much is the La Russa factor really worth for Chicago? Is he legitimately holding them back, or is that just something the media is fixating on?
Yeah, maybe we fixate on it a little bit, Teddy, but I think it's got a small percentage. We always talk about how much does a manager mean to a team over the course of 162 games. And I think, the standard thought process is a real good manager might equate to 6 or 7 additional wins. So, unless you're making flat out terrible blunders on the field, and La Russa has had a couple, but I think it's more they played poor defense. They've been so injured. I think if you just break the White Sox up into a situational play like we're doing tonight, if you're ever going to bet them, Dylan Cease is the time to bet them. I'm with you. I've been in the front of that bus that says the White Sox are going to win that division. Hopefully, there's still a lot of baseball left, less than 60 games, I think, at this point, but high 50s. So we'll see. But I think Dylan Cease is definitely worth an investment here tonight.
Rob Veno joining us, everyone. Exclusive handicapper at WagerTalk.com. And, dude, I didn't mean to annoy you. I love Rob Veno. I only want to annoy Teddy and a little bit of Andy Lang along the way. Anyway, yesterday we had the Jays win against Minnesota. They're playing against each other tonight. Perez is on the mound. It's the same line, give or take, minus 120. Total is 8.5. Rob, are we going back on with the Jays? I mean, this is one of the hottest teams in baseball the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they're playing really well, Prez. When I sent the play across to you guys, the total on this one was 9. I liked under. It's down to 8.5, but I still think I like under, and I'm going to base it upon. And the question is, do you